Yes, evening all. It's Tuesday night. It's Gunslingers. And after the night that was a 3-0 battering by Crystal Palace, we can ask the question: will this Thing squad cost us top four? Let's go! Yes, welcome all. And you know what? It's great to have Gunner Lex here. What's happening, bro? You good?
All good, man. Yeah, it's been a while, man. But I had
In
to.
a minute. What's been happening?
I know.
What's good?
Yeah, just been busy with other things, man. But definitely, man, I'm just missing that Arsenal. Obviously, watching in the background. But yeah, it's good to be back on the show.
Wicked, bro. Wicked. And Niger, what going, brother? What's going on?
Rob, I need to get my spirits back up after the monstrosity of a performance last night. I need to let all the Arsenal fans know it's not still good vibe. No, he's just lost in the rhythm, bro. He's lost in the rhythm.
He's just posing.
He's lost in the rhythm. Yeah, bro. That's big up everyone. Oh yeah, now.
It's good to have you on, brother. Good to have you on. And Gunner King, bro, what's happening, man? It's been a minute. Just only 24 hours ago, we was discussing the debacle of Selhurst Park. That's what we're gonna call it.
What's going on, man?
All good, all good. Listen, we've got to discuss this, man. After yesterday, and then after the fallout from yesterday, not just the fact that we've missed out on getting 1 or 3 points. To rub salt in the proverbial wounds, as they say, Thomas Partey is out injured. We don't know how for long, for how long, and Kieran Tierney out for the season. He's due to go under the knife for a knee injury. That leaves us at left back freaking short. The last 2 games that Tavares has started, he's not even played 90 minutes. And he's a left back.
It's giving me last season vibes, man, when we got our left back injured last season.
So that's the question, man. I'm just going to put it out there straight up for you guys. Is our squad too threadbare? Should we have... We all know in January we was crying out for a player. We thought that, but we didn't think we wouldn't have no one. I remember King was adamant. He put himself on the line, saying that we're going to get some, because I was in that same shit, bro. It made sense. We could not get rid of all these players. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Aubameyang. We couldn't get rid of all these players without at least one, even on loan, coming in. Nigel, man, come on, man. I know you're itching.
Tagging me in, yeah? All right, brother.
Tagging you in right now.
Everyone's always on to me like, why won't you commit to say we got top 4 with your chest? They'll be saying, bro, but it's in our control, this stuff. This is one of the main reasons why I didn't think even at the start of the season, we could finish top 4, because I said the squad is too thin I think we were 2 players short of the top 4. That's what I said at the start of the season. At the best we can get is top 6. But yeah, as the season has transpired, teams around us have lost games, and we got into a situation where it was in our hands. But in January, because of, like you said, the players we got rid of, I thought at least just one
It
player,
made
or even,
sense.
bro, it just like literally for a scenario just like this, I kept telling myself we are 2 injuries away from crisis. 2 injuries. We're one team that can't afford 2 injuries in our team, and these injuries have happened, and this is the situation. I'm not ready to say it's over, we're done, but
It's
Arteta,
made it harder.
he's gonna have to do some serious surgery of this squad, some remixes in formations, asking different things of different people. Me, I don't know what, as they say in Niger, wahala day for this team. That's what I can say
Listen,
right
man.
now.
It's
Is that what that
Oh.
means? What a day.
It means basically
Trouble's
trouble's here. Yeah, trouble's here.
trouble's here, boy.
here.
Right on your doorstep. And trouble. Yeah, listen, it would have been a miracle had we gone through, the last 10, 15 games without, from January, without having an injury to at least 1 or 2 players, and then couple that COVID, suspensions, all that kind of stuff. So it's beggars belief, really, why why we didn't get at least that one player in on loan. But Lex, I mean, Nigel's right. We're gonna have to do some serious shuffling about with the formations. There's talk about 3 at the back, but Tomiyasu's not fit. Who knows when he's coming back? Maybe moving Saka to left wing back, or Xhaka playing, as part of a 3, or like an inverted left back, all that kind of stuff. What do you see happening, and what, where do you think? Where's this gonna go? Where's it gonna go? Is it all doom and gloom? Are we right to kind of feel kind of like, fuck, with the games that we got coming up, Chelsea, Man U, West Ham, those lot down the lane.
Tough games.
Tough games ahead, man.
It's not all doom and gloom. It's yeah, of course Arteta has to come up with that magic. He has to. This is where he's proven. He has to prove to us, trust the process. But this is crunch time now. This is where I think that is between us and Tottenham. Yeah, Man United are in the mix. Obviously, I can't fully count them out. But what you got here is you got one that's inexperienced manager and one that's experienced manager. And it's talking about the squad. It's a squad that was too thin. To be honest, I don't think there'll be much difference between the squad that we had before January and the squad that we have now. The only difference in quality is Aubameyang, if he was playing at the level that we know that he could play. Otherwise, I don't think there's much difference, to be honest.
I think Aubameyang's the type of player he needs to happy. He needs to be happy in order.
Exactly, he needs to be happy. He needs to be smiling, enjoying his game. But what he needs to do, and he's done it before. He needs to coach certain players that's going to come in, such as Tavares, come
Big
in
time.
and get that. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get his confidence up, because I understand that the last time he played, he was off after like 30 odd minutes. This game he's played, he's come in. All right, he might have come in last minute. It might have been a shout just before the game. But to come off at 45 minutes, just play one half. Obviously, he was shocking. But he needs to work it out and sort out that, you know what, you need to pick up his confidence, because us switching back to a back 3, I don't think at this point it's too early in the game. In the season, we can't afford to drop any more points.
Yeah, it's too late to go to a drastic change. But I know Manny does like a back 3. I know Manny does like a back 3, Mr. King. Listen, bro, I think just have a look at this. Neil from Benchwarmers podcast. How you doing, Neil? From Cannon FC. The season's not over. We are the only team that have losses in us. This was a loss that we needed to get out of the way, and I kind of agree with that. This may have kind of come at probably the best time for us to lose, so that we can actually do something about it, and make sure that we're totally on point. But I guess, you know, going back to what Lex is saying, bringing in the likes of Tavares coming in, if that wasn't to happen, would you be open to playing the three at the back for the, you know, remainder of the season?
I'm 100% open to it for a number of reasons. I'm sick and tired of saying this. Right? You look at how rampant Tottenham were the other day. What system did they play?
Yeah.
How many goals did they score?
Yeah, but they got. Yeah,
you know how many goals? Do you know how many goals? Do you know how many goals they've scored in their last 6 games?
That's his trying to test.
Do you know how many goals they scored in their last 6 games?
How many?
21.
21.
Yeah, but they've got arguably 2 of the best strikers in the league. We don't even have it close to that.
Come on, bro. Like, you got to still create chances for them, right? They don't create chances themselves, do they?
Yeah, but Lacazette's not finishing.
Someone's creating chances for them. It's not a defensive system they're playing if they're having chances created for them. One of those 6 games was against Man City, where they scored 3 goals. Like,
look,
we need to scrap this notion, right? Chelsea are still without 2 of their biggest chance creators, which are fullbacks. One of the most dominant in possession and one of the most consistent in creating chances of any teams. Now, let me bring everything into context in what I'm saying here. We've lost Partey, which could be for a few games. Now, we've been playing in a 4-3-3. So he's the guy who's been dropping deeper, almost in a 6-8 role. Yeah. Without that person in that position, that formation doesn't work. I'm watching Liverpool right now. Fabinho is one of the most important chess pieces to Liverpool's team. Because of the areas that he covers and the position that he covers. If a fullback gets forward on one side, he's dropping deep to cover on that side. If a centre back goes out wide to cover that fullback, then he's dropping between the 2 centre backs. Without that one chess piece, your whole team gone. It don't work. Yeah, you're talking about playing either Sambi or El Neni in Partey's role. How does that sound?
That's scary. That's the one of the most scariest things. I couldn't sleep last night thinking about it. I was tossing and turning. Like, no.
That's good. So to hear me out, this is what I keep saying. Yeah. Right. If you've got, they've just scored again, Liverpool. If you've got Saka on the right hand side, where, for intents and purposes, he's a wing back. In possession, it turns to a 4. It transitions to a 4. When you watch the fluid player positioning, of Tottenham and Chelsea, you more often than not, when they are able to dominate teams in terms of possession, which is what we're good at, regardless of who the personnel is, you will see that player push on that side and create.
Wait, Gunnar, who's your in this 5 at the back, which I think it makes more sense to go to with the situation we're in right now. Who's left wing back for you?
Left wing back for me, right? So you've got Tavares on that side, yeah. On the left-hand side, you've got Gabriel as the inner left-hand centre back, yeah. And in the middle, you're gonna have to go with Tony's man. You're gonna have to bring.
Before we get into the Tony's man situation, I just want to talk about the left wing back he just picked.
Hang on. Just fine. So what I'm saying, is you got Holding in the middle. You've got White on the right. Saka breaks forward and White moves over. Tavares can drop and then it becomes a 4. Now, let me tell you what problem this solves with Tavares on the other side. Defensively, he's not as sound as Tierney. So if you're playing with a 4 and you're putting him as your left back, as we saw yesterday, you can get beat. You can get beat.
So you're playing Saka on the right, not Cedric. You're playing Saka on the right, not Cedric.
Yeah,
There's no
I'm playing
Cedric.
Saka. I'm right. Yeah, no. I'm playing Saka on the right as a wing back, right? And
So where's
really-
right. So what I'm saying, yeah, is the system goes that way, yeah. So then when in possession, he's getting forward, yeah. But then it's turning to a 4, and then you've got White, Holding, Gabriel, Tavares, yeah. What that's also doing is shoring up the left-hand side. That's one option, yeah. Obviously, the other option is putting Cedric on that right-hand side and pushing Saka up, yeah. I don't know. You could do like 3, 5, 2. Yeah.
So who's left wing back?
Tavares.
Oh, I thought you
Tavares.
said in one of the 3. Oh, okay, all right, I got that.
No. Yeah. Tavares is the wing back. Yeah.
Okay,
Gabriel
okay.
is the third inside centre back.
Yeah.
I'll do an infographic of it later. Yeah. Gabriel is the left.
Oh, we get it. We got it.
Gabriel left side centre back. Holding middle centre back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he's in between Gabriel on the left.
Ghana, this sounds like a lot, bro. I know I'd stepped out for like 30 seconds, but this
Right
sounds
on the right. Right on the right. Yeah. So look,
brother.
White, Holding, Gabriel, yeah, Tavares, yeah, on that side, yeah. You could either have Cedric here and push Saka in the midfield, yeah, or you could put someone here on the right-hand side. You could put Saka there, and then that way you can also play Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and Odegaard, which is why I would put Saka as that wing back on the right-hand side.
Like for me personally, but Gunnar, just to interject, because I asked you about the left wing back first, because of as Canna's opened the show with saying the last 2 games Tavares has started, he's been pulled off at half time in both those games. Would you be confident, just because we're giving him an extra protection, that he could really push on for the rest of the season?
What we got to understand here is this guy, right? This guy basically, every time he's been asked to play, it's when Tierney's been injured. Yeah, there's not been. There's been
no. There was a stage where
there was
like a couple games where Tierney
The FA Cup game where he was poor. He knew all week he was playing in that game because obviously Tierney had been playing. So he knew he was playing in that game. But what about sticking to
the vast majority of the game that he played was as a result of Tierney being injured? Yeah. I
agree. I agree with that. But yeah,
So
I think then
the
the game against Liverpool happened. I think where I think he kind of got found out.
Yeah, Tierney was back in
was on the
fit
bench.
for the Liverpool game, but he was on the bench.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then after that, that's
time
when
they
Tierney
did
came
training
back.
for
Yeah,
the Newcastle game, he came back. I think. Yeah.
The other
No.
option is if Tomiyasu-
Tavares played the Newcastle game.
Did he?
So
okay.
I was there. I was there actually. He had a good,
So
he
the
had
game
quite a good
after,
game.
I think.
Yeah.
Man, the match.
if
back
Tomiyasu's fit,
Yeah.
if Tomiyasu's fit and he comes back, then the other option is making him the third right centre back as well, and that can put Ben White in midfield. That is another option.
I think we do have options. As you say, we.
Our
I think
options are where we're most limited in the centre of midfield, and that's why I think Tavares defensively, it's almost like in a 5. I would feel more comfortable. Like people look at Chelsea's defenders and they say, "Oh, they can't play in a 4." Yeah, like let's see what a 5 can do. Like I think at the moment, the games that we got coming up, the likes of Chelsea, the likes of where you can match up their shape, where that might help, because when we did play Chelsea with a 4, the fact that they were stretched with the wing back, that's where the space came from. And that's where James got in behind us. Now, if you look at Brighton, when we played them away from home, when we played Brighton away from home, what happened? They had a 5. Cucurella, he got man of the match in that game. Yeah. And by virtue of having a 3 and wide wing backs, Tomiyasu looked at his weakest. I think that's probably the most exposed I've seen Tomiyasu all season. Yeah. So.
Well,
If you're looking at playing Man United, and if you're looking at playing Tottenham, and if you're looking at playing, it's the other tough game that we've got, West Ham.
Yeah.
Right. If you look at all those teams, they have got firepower in their wide areas that we need to seriously adhere to. What are your options? Like playing
For
Cedric
me,
on the
Ghana,
left-hand
for me,
side. Wait, let me just go through the options. Nigeria and English. Let me go through the options quickly. Yeah, playing Cedric on the left-hand side. Yeah, when he's right-footed and when he looks a lot worse as on that side. Playing Xhaka as a left back or playing Tavares as a left back in a back four. Do any of those options sound comfortable to you defensively?
I'll put Saka there as my
Against
man
the
Harry
likes
Chaplin
of
just said
Boyan,
there.
against the likes of Sancho, against the likes of Pulisic or CHO or Mount.
Cho doesn't scare me, bro. Cho doesn't scare me, bro.
Against Kulusevski, the way Kulusevski's playing at the moment. Good luck with that, buddy.
No, I hear that, but me personally, if I'm ever gonna risk Saka on as a wing back, it's gonna be a left wing back. Definitely not a right wing back. I'm gonna put him left wing back. So my team is very similar to yours, but I'd have Saka left wing back, Cedric right wing back. I'd have until Tomiyasu gets back. I'll have obviously Gabriel, Bobby, and Ben White as a midfield three. The defensive three. The midfield three would be Lokonga, Xhaka, and Odegaard. And then I would like to see what Martinelli looks like in a two with him and Laka up top. Like, see how he looks with like Laka dropping for him while he goes. I'd like to see how that looks like. And I wouldn't mind seeing Laka and Pepe as well, like for certain periods of time to see how that would work. So
Why not stick to a four? Why not stick to a four? Have Saka left back and have Pepe on the right.
You'll get cooked.
Like Saka, don't get me wrong. Saka will put in a shift as a left back, but I'm more comfortable with him as a wing back because his defensive responsibilities aren't as big as it would be as a left back. So that's why I'd prefer him as a wing back rather than a left back. I don't know if you agree, Lex.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. But I think that I'm sure there was a period where Arteta was playing five at the back, and he wanted to revert to four at the back because it was stifling the attack. So I'm only just worried about if we go five at the back, we're already kind of lacking a little bit with the chances or the the attack and the potential that we have with the amount of goals we're scoring. Are we just going to stifle that even more? That's the thing that comes to my head first. It makes sense from a point of view of sorting out the defense, but then going forward, I think we'll put ourselves in a situation where we're going to even score less goals, and this could go down to goal difference. Do you know what I mean? Look, Tottenham has got the same points as us. Obviously, we've got the game at hand, but the goal difference. If you look at the goal difference, that's another big difference. So
this five at the back is not completely alien to this squad. I'm not saying it's something that they're very, very familiar with, but remember that was his first formation he played in his first season.
But he always wanted to switch to four at the back because I feel like he wanted the players that could play the four at the back. I think he had to play the five at the back because he didn't have the players that he trusts.
And with these injuries, Lex, do we have the players that he trusts for that formation?
Yeah, that's the thing that we have to manage. For me,
what the bigger picture I'm trying to get you guys
with confidence again. That's my take on it.
The bigger picture that I'm trying to get you guys to see is what you're saying about making the system work here with a four. The options are 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. Right, that's what he's been playing. Our available centre midfielders limit us from using either formation. That's the point that I'm saying. I'm not saying I want to revert to the five for any other reason than that. Yeah. So Odegaard, at the end of the day, Odegaard, he can play as an 8.5. Yeah. You've then got El Neni and you've got Sambi as the two available centre midfielders. The other option is taking Ben White out of defence. He has played in midfield for both Leeds and Brighton in the past. That's another option.
Well, he's comfortable in the three anyway. White is so.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, look, we could take him out of defence, but then we've got to find another defender. This is the whole point I'm making. You see what I mean? Like, it's dragging too many people and making them square pegs in round holes. The 5 limits the square peg in a round pole to effectively one of the wing backs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Listen, I think
Because there's no. I've thought about it. I've sat down and thought about it all day. What are we going to do? And someone was telling me, Lambs told me that Lokonga's injured as well.
Nah, he's cool.
He's cool,
Well,
yeah.
But I was hearing that Xhaka was suspended or some shit.
No, he's not suspended.
No.
Thank God.
No.
That would have been a madness.
Wow, this is a wild one. Play El Neni and with Xhaka.
I mean, we've seen it.
Sideways and then man there.
We have seen it before. It's not something we haven't seen, you know. Like, and to be honest, it's not been effective, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh! I understand if you're holding on to a European 1-0 lead. Flipping it. But I think we have options. I think, as you alluded to earlier, King, I think the biggest worry for yourself, and I think Nigel, you said it as well, is our midfield area. Really, is I think our defense can be.
From what I've seen of Tavares at the moment, with the games coming up, playing him as a left back in a 4 with some of the attacking players that he's going to face scares me. Yeah, when you've got that third centre back there, yeah, what you've got is one, he can get forward anyway. Tavares is much better getting forward. Tavares
is definitely not worse than Kolasinac. So
Tavares getting forward doesn't scare me. Tavares in situations, that's where I have more of my reservations. That's where I see limitations in his game more. Yeah. So if you're tucking a centre back, if you've got Gabriel next to him, and then you've got Holding in the middle of him, yeah, and then I feel a bit more comfortable with that, you know, and I think he can offer a threat going forward. You know, in that way, he has more of a license to go forward. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe, you know, El Neni and Xhaka could work as well, but...
Do you know what? Forget all this doom and gloom, guys. Let me just hit you with a good bit of positivity that could emerge from this whole situation. You ready? You ready, guys? All right.
Enlighten us.
So, he's been listening for the last couple of months. The last game he started for us, he was atrocious, but we've seen a lot of potential in this boy from before he came to us and at the start of the season. But this guy has been learning since he's been on the bench and after that Nottingham Forest game, and he's ready now. He's ready to come and take these 9 games under the scruff of his neck. Sambi Lokonga is ready to earn his right to be an Arsenal player. He's going to come in and do a madness, yeah? Progressive passer,
I feel sorry.
Good holding midfielder. Hopefully he can just, you know, step into them shoes for 8 games. Man.
Could he do Xhaka's role and then Xhaka do Partey's role? Could that happen?
Nah, I think he has to do Partey's role, bro. He has to somehow figure out to do Partey's role. I know it's not going to be easy.
That's some
he just needs to be disciplined more than anything because he's a progressive passer, which is good, but he's got some big shoes to fill, man.
Every time they're being called upon, it's a baptism of fire. Most times, you know, like it's not conducive to good development, good player development.
I agree, but I just want to.
Big Dogs has got it, man. Big Dogs has got it. What he's saying down here.
Yeah, dilemma.
A bit of a dilemma, man, because nobody knows, man. All I know is that we need 3 points against Brighton, and right now nobody knows what our first 11 is going to be.
Yeah,
what it's going to look like.
There's also another thing that we haven't really talked about is Lacazette. He hasn't scored a goal since open play since December. He scored 2 goals since, but those are penalties. That's another player we ain't talking about. Lacazette. He didn't even do anything. He didn't bring anything to the game.
You see, Lex. This is also why I'm saying, to go with the 3-5 and the 2. Yeah, we've tried him in a 1 where he's isolated there on his own. Yeah, maybe he's not having to drop so deep as much here, or maybe having a foil player who's a striker that's closer to him. Yeah, that can give and go. Yeah, that he can play off. can make him more effective. Torres at Liverpool was unreal because he had Dirk Kuyt very close to him. Yeah, he went to Chelsea where they were like, "No, you just got front on your own." He didn't look as effective. Yeah, so maybe that helps. Maybe that helps him.
If you had like Pepe in his position, he would have scored at least one open goal since December. Do you get what I'm saying? I think it's time he needs to switch it up. Maybe
there's another.
My man says, KRB says he reckons Laka should play in the back three. He's that deep, isn't it? He's that deep, where we played in the back three anyway. Flip's sake.
In 13 games, he does have 10 goal involvements, though. So it's not
I'm
like
not. Look, Gunner. Do you know what this? I'm a big fan of you. Gunner, I'm a big fan of you, bro. Don't worry, I'm a.
And ultimately, what I'm trying to say is what we've got. Yeah, hang on, Nigerian Englishman. What we've got is our better finishers are Martinelli, our better finishers are Saka, yeah, and our better finishers are the ESR. These are our three best finishers.
I don't think Saka's a finisher.
You know,
instead of like,
you know how wild that is.
But
that's wild that you think Saka's a better finisher than Lacazette.
Let me finish the sentence. Instead of looking at Lacazette goals, yeah, these three are all getting goals. They're all getting goals in the system. They are all scoring.
Okay, Gunner, let me tell you my issue.
Got 9.
Let me tell you.
Yes, I've got 9.
You're right.
Martinelli's got
Gunner, you're right. Let me stop you one sec. Gunner.
Wait,
Gunner.
Let me finish.
No. I need to stop you because you're talking about this thing.
Hold up.
What I'm saying is, right? These guys, what we need to be doing is switching the focus away from the central striker scoring. Again, I'm sat here watching Liverpool. The onerous, yeah, on players to get goals in their system is not the central forward player. It's the wide wing forwards. That's cool.
We're not Liverpool. We don't have Saka and Mane, bro.
Go on, Niger. Sorry.
We're not Liverpool. We don't have Salah and Mane to rely on to bang for and Jota to come in and do things. This is what I'm saying. You're right about the Laka thing in terms of the other players are scoring, and you're right because like I've been one of his. I'm a big fan of you, Gunner, bro. The Laka, or whatever. Yeah, I'm a big fan of you, lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're doing bits, 13 goals involvements. I'm all for it. But my issue is because of Laka's lack of goals.
What is the alternative?
I think it brings a lot of pressure on the likes of Saka and ESR and what's it called to deliver goals and too early in their career, I think. So he needs to step up. That's what I'm saying. He needs to take his chances, bro. He needs to take his chances.
But I mean, what I'm saying is, yeah. All right, so but present an alternative to Lacazette playing at the moment in our squad, a viable one.
In this. I would say right now in this current in the five at the back, I wouldn't mind trying Pepe and Martinelli up top, bro, as a front two, bro. I wouldn't mind because I don't know. We just need solutions right now. I'm not saying that's gonna work, but we need something different because Lacazette through the middle is not creating goals, and we need him in a game like Crystal Palace. But that's the difference between us and Spurs. In a game like Crystal Palace, as bad as we're playing, Son and Kane can get us out of that because we take 2 out of 3 chances. Do you get what I'm saying? But Laka, if he's through on goal, 1-on-1 with the keeper, I'm like, oh, I beg you, please.
Yeah. Do you remember Eduardo? You know, when he was 1-on-1, that was buried.
Bro, every time I watch highlights of that guy, I have a tear in my eye.
Yeah, I know.
What could have been, bro?
But that's the thing. I get you. You're right. When you see Laka going through 1-on-1, you're just like this. Even at penalties, you're going like this. And it's like
he didn't go through 1-on-1 yesterday. He got better.
No. But if he does, do you remember the Wolves chance? Do you remember the Wolves chance?
Yeah.
That one
to make it 2-0 and bruv, that we had a tough 15 minutes, last 15 minutes
because of that.
I do also remember him scoring in that game. Well, you know, coming up.
That's Gabriel.
There's a deflection.
Oh dear. Do you know this guy, Gunner King?
Yeah, I know him, man.
Okay.
Fall back
you
off
can have
our
the
guy,
platform
Yaska.
No, but this is what I'm trying
We're
to
not
say.
reading out Yaska the
I,
master. We're not
I'm
reading that out.
I'm not saying the finishing problem and the shooting problem isn't there with Lacazette. I'm just saying, trust me, there is not a better alternative. Nketiah is our alternative. Playing Pepe up front when he's not a striker.
To be fair, Nketiah did a lot, came a lot closer to scoring than Lacazette last night in his few minutes.
Even though, I was in like big up Tunnel TV. I was watching the game in Tunnel TV studio, yeah. And when Nketiah took that shot yesterday, the whole studio knew that wasn't going in. It was a good shot. It was a good shot, but everyone I knew it wasn't going in as soon as it left Eddie's foot. Like, it's Eddie. He ain't going no top bins. He ain't got that in his locker. Get out of here, man. But Gunner's right. We don't have many options. But who knows?
No, you're right.
With a Martinelli and Laka up top, it might bring a new dimension to his game. Like,
it could do. That's the thing. It might lessen the burden on him. You know, and I think sometimes
because maybe those chances fall to Martinelli instead of Laka, and Martinelli takes them. So you never know.
Yeah. Man, this is tough, man. Flipping heck. I guess this is what Arteta. We're not even calling Tets now, are we? This is what Arteta.
no nicknames for him just yet, bro. This is
what Arteta is earning his money now, and I think as long as we get the 3 points against Brighton, I feel and get straight back on that horse again, I think we'll be all right. But anything less than a victory against Brighton, there's going to be questions being asked about, the squad, the players, the age of them, because it's a very, very young squad. And to coin the old phrase, you don't win nothing with kids. We've got no experience.
Thankfully, we're not trying to win anything. We're just trying to get.
No, but we're trying to win top four, though, aren't we? We're trying to get top four. And the thing is like right now, apart from Lacazette, where's the experience in the squad? Okay, maybe
the more important thing here, look, you've got.
But that's it. You've got two players.
What people need to understand here, like what I would see as the limitation if you pay Pepe and Martinelli up front. And someone's put it in the comment thread of my TikTok here. A guy called Monster Man. He's a United fan.
Not right? Yaska Demaska, no.
What he said is if you get the ball up front to those two, you got it's not going to stick to anyone. Lacazette's the only guy that can make the ball stick when it goes up. Yeah, when there is a fluid counter transition where the ball has gone forward very quickly. Lacazette and Martinelli are not going to be the guys that can bring the ball down and wait, for the guys to the guys around them to get close to them. That's not in their wheelhouse. That's not their core strength. So, what my concern would be when that ball goes up there, if it does go up there in those situations. How are we getting players close to either of them very quickly?
Well, this could be Wise One has put an option here. A diamond 4-2-2-4-4-2 could be an option. Two hard-working midfielders in El Neni and Sambi, either side of your pivot, which could be Odegaard. If Arteta is ambitious, he says ESR as the number 10, and Martinelli in a 2 with Laka. Interesting. However, my thing is, where's Saka?
Yeah, is he playing left back then?
Is he playing left back? Because Saka is pretty much, you would say, your first name on that team sheet, and then everyone else comes in around that after that. But it's an option. I think Arteta's got to think out the box, and boy, it's. I'm not gonna lie, it's peak right now, man, for Arsenal. I'm trying not to be reactionary, but the loss didn't bother me. Okay, I was disappointed, right? But the loss, I was just like, okay, do you know what? That can happen. It's the fact that we've got these two injuries. That's more that hurts more than the loss. If I'm not, I'm not gonna lie.
For sure, I agree. The injuries are bigger than the loss, but for me, the manner we lost in was what really got me.
Yeah,
I don't mind losing the game, but
Yeah,
to lose
yeah.
3-0 to Palace, don't get me wrong, Vieira's got those boys balling. He's got them boys playing, but any team that concedes a goal to 2 in 52 Jordan Ayew, bruv, that's not on, bro. That is not on at all. 2 in 52 Jordan Ayew. Ghana boy, Chale boy is scoring against us. Bruv, I didn't like that at all, man. And especially the fact that it was
I was happy when I saw that he was playing.
Bruv,
And
exactly.
I was happy that he was playing, that Jeff Schlupp was playing. I was like, okay, I'm all right with that. And then we made look Jeff Schlupp like flipping Iniesta, for God's sake, when he was running through our midfield.
So easily, bro. So easily.
He's a league title winner with Leicester for a reason.
No, he's an average player.
Don't do that. No, I see what Gunner's trying. Don't do that.
He's an average player.
You know what we're doing, bro. Even though he won, he did win a league trophy. But come on, Schlupp ain't a baller. Bro. He shouldn't be. But the way he was dribbling through man like Denilson last night, bro, that's not on, bro. That was ridiculous, bro. Ayew was brilliant, people.
I'm not saying he's elite, but I'm saying he's always been a tricky dribbler, man.
Nah, but to the way we made him look last night, though, Gunner.
Yeah, man.
Looking like Messi.
Yeah, bro, he was doing this last night.
Jeffrey Messi, boy, flipping heck.
But yeah, to be honest, a lot of my concerns that are in my mind right now are going to be either calmed or inflated come the starting lineup at Brighton, isn't it? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the pattern, the lineup, who plays, I think after that 90 minutes at Brighton will determine how our season is going to be. If we're able to bounce back and get a W, I'm very, very confident about us going game by game and getting to the finish line just. But if we don't get maximum points this weekend with the players we've lost, I'm more worried than I've been, because you lot are trying to draw me out into this top 4 conversation. I've stayed clear of it all season, but it's the business end now, and I'm getting roped in. But I'm getting roped in. Like Deji Spurs was on my stream earlier, trying to say, Niger Englishman, come out with your chest and just say top 4. I'm like, I can't, bro. I can't yet. I can't say it yet with confidence because of all these things, man.
Can't talk to the last game.
Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna look to wrap this up. I'm gonna go through some of the comments that we've got. Imagine costing 50 million and not score for playing 4 months. Rotted. That's stinging. Yep. Obviously, that's your man Laka. GG. George Graham had a young squad, but always had experienced players there. Yeah, it's true. And I guess with that young squad, that's when we won the league in '89. You obviously had for every Paul Merson, you had a David O'Leary. Where do you know what I mean? Maybe the squad, maybe just a year too young. We don't know. Big up Lewis. I'm gonna be honest, Boyer looks better ball than you. Dear DWTT, how you doing, bro? I hope you're good. Loss wasn't as big as KT and party losses. Yeah, absolutely 100% concur. Because of the games now that we've got coming up, they are huge. For the likes of West Ham, Chelsea, United, and obviously the which could be a 6-pointer against Spurs. If we don't have those 2 players playing, we won't have KT. Party though, we need him back, and we can't rush him back, and that's the problem. And I think that's one of the things with Tomiyasu. I think now with
by the way.
Sorry,
Darwin Núñez just scored.
What?
Okay. That's what we're looking at, right? We could have done with him now. Should have put in a good bid for him in bloody January, for God's sake. Too late now, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, Party needs to come back. And the thing is, I think what Arteta's done with Tomiyasu, where he's rushed him back against Liverpool and he's broken down again, and we haven't seen him since. And that was in January. He's obviously now, he's going to be extra cautious with Thomas Partey, I believe. But it is what it is, and we just have to suck it up and see what happens. But yes, just a couple of more of these. Yep, it's Gunner Lex. I know DWT was asking who the top guy in the bottom right-hand corner was. That's our man, Gunner Lex.
Yes, DWT.
There you go. And he's put you in there. Yeah, exactly. Schlupp was on the bench all season for Leicester.
Well, I just looked that up. And
yeah, he was at Palace last season, wasn't he? He was at Palace last season, wasn't he?
Let me just read this out. In the 2016 season, when Leicester won the league, Schlupp played 19 games and he started 12 of them. That's not on the bench all season.
That's a squad player for me, in my opinion.
But that's not on the bench all season, is it? He's played 19.
No.
games.
I'll say that. That's not...
Effectively, for a third of the season, he has started.
That to me is like a, you know,
when did Leicester win the league, bro? Let's not do this. That was a while ago.
No. Come on, let's move on. Jess Schlupp is not Messi, and we made him look like bloody Messi. Yeah, DWTT. Only result that will come from me is a 3-goal lead over Brighton. Else it will be a struggle each game week. 100%. Wise one, my Guna brother Chris. To Chris, good coaches, managers, adjust their players to hold up the ball. These guys, professionals, should be able to adapt. I agree. Our players should be able to adapt. The players should be able to adapt to different formations. Whether or not that will these guys would adapt playing with a 3 at the back, who knows? Quickly, but is my only question is going to a 3 at the back. Is it the time now to do that? Now that we're in literally the final furlong of the season, do we actually change our formation and philosophy on how we play? Here we go. I wonder who put that one in. In 2016, Jess Schlupp played 19, in which he started 12 on the bench. Also, that wasn't you by any chance, was it, Mr. King?
That definitely was. Yeah, he's not. I'm not saying he's the best player in the world. I'm just saying he's not an idiot.
Nah, 100%. No. He played a fair amount.
To be honest, I will bring it up again. When we played him at home, and I said we should use a back 5. We're like, this is Palace. We're playing them at home. This, that, and the other. You can't underestimate this team. And they
bullied us. They bullied us right now.
They bullied us. They taught City that the hard way. They taught Liverpool that the hard way.
Yep.
Top teams they've beaten this season. Every time that they've gone ahead this season, 9 times they've won every single game. They're not a bad side.
They still shouldn't beat us 3-0. But yeah, I hear you.
No, I'm not saying that.
Vieira's got them balling. I'm not debating that. Bro.
Yeah,
Definitely got them balling.
I'm just saying, they're no one's mugs. They could have cost City the title with the draw as well, because that has changed City's momentum. The momentum shift that's been involved, from that draw. Like, there was a big one. Like, obviously, the first game that they played against Burnley, back off the international break, I think they needed that international break, City, more than Liverpool, to kind of get that out of their system. But they were on the ropes in the games running up to that international break.
Yeah, well, we shouldn't be losing 3-0.
No, 100%. That wasn't a 3-0 game. That wasn't a 3-0 game.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying...
It's the man of the defeat.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, in terms of the game, it was just one of those weird games. Like where we dominated possession. Like in the second half, it was like 80%. They didn't have the ball.
I saw that.
They were just ruthlessly clinical with it. One from a set piece, which. Usually, we've been very good at defending this season. The second goal.
The second goal
really came down to an error, a lapse in concentration.
They both were. We just did not defend properly. But look,
and then the third one was just a sloppy penalty that we've given away. But that doesn't really tell the story of the game. Do you get what I mean? Like.
It's true. How this turned into about Jeff Schlupp.
I know, right? You got a nice little window, mate. you know what? I think there's extra hate for Schlupp because he's Ghanaian, and I still.
There's extra hate for him because he's rubbish, and we made him look so bloody good. That's the hate, man. That's the hate. But guys,
ask me
about Jeff
Schlupp before Qatar, Ghana, when I'm going with the Black Stars to the World Cup, and that, then it'll be a different answer.
Excellent. Gunnar King, Niger Englishman, and Gunnar Lex, man. It's been a wicked evening, man. It's been blessed. Listen, whether or not we're top, that we have whether our Finn squad will cost us, only time will tell. Yeah, man, that hurt yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. But as I said, it's more so Kieran Tierney and Thomas Partey. We have no idea how Partey's going to be out for. We know Tierney's out for the rest of the season. And I tell you what, that Tavares needs to be working night and day on his positioning, watching proper videos.
Watching Ashley Cole, bro. Ashley Cole.
Arteta needs to get the cones up for him, boy.
He needs to work on his positioning. Tell him, because that's the one thing, is just that it seems like a bit of a loose cannon. But look, listen, I have every faith in Arteta doing what needs to be done by Tavares, and you know what? We'll have a great world-class left
at the wheel.
Tets on the wheel.
Let's start that.
Any manager of ours with wheel, man. We've seen how that's worked out for certain.
I know. You know that's gonna get clipped, right? When we say
about wheel, man.
Arteta at the wheel. You're flipping, eh? Oh, guys, listen. As I said, it's been emotional tonight. Flipping, eh? We've got out of our system, though. But listen, we've got the Brighton preview coming up later on in the week, and obviously we'll have the reaction on Saturday night as well. This team always does it the bloody hard way, don't they? Damn, man. Flip's sake. We out.